Okay, so we're starting section 6.2, which is linear equations in one variable and proportions. So I'm going to start with linear equations in one variable, and then I'm going to talk about proportions in the next couple of videos in this section, because proportions are just a special type of linear equations. And of course, we'll be talking about linear equations in variables in two variables a little bit later. So let's start with what is the definition of a linear equation in one variable? Okay, a linear equation in one variable can be written in the following form. So let me put a little arrow there. It's ax plus b equals 0. Okay, this is an equation, right? Because there is an equal sign right there. Okay, you have to remember equations have equal signs. They have a left-hand side, right, and a right-hand side. The left-hand side is usually an algebraic expression, and the right-hand side is an algebraic expression, right, which can be a number, that's fine. So if you set two algebraic expressions equal to each other, that makes a linear, well, algebraic equation. The reason this is called linear, okay, is because of that one there in the variable. So let me actually go ahead and write. So here A and B, right, these guys, right, these are called, A and B here are real, oh, actually, we can even use, let's use what we've been learning already, even in set theory. Here, A and B, right, are, right, belong to real numbers. What do I mean by real numbers? Real numbers are all the numbers that we have been working with, right? The natural numbers, our whole numbers, right, including 0, our integers, right, positive integers, negative integers, and then recently we worked with rational numbers, so fractional numbers. So when you see this sign, or if you don't want to write the sign, right, this means real numbers. And real is a term in math, and that basically means we're using all the numbers that we that we know, that we work with. And okay, so here are real numbers. Here x is, let's maybe make it a different color. Here x, okay, x is going to be my variable. Okay, so that's what you want to solve for. And again, linear means that the highest exponent of the variable is 1. Right? Later on, we're going to see that our exponents are going to be 2 or 3 or 4 and so forth. Right? The higher the power, the more difficult it is to solve the linear equation. Okay, so this is what a linear equation in one variable is. Oh, and one more thing I do want to point out is, so maybe I'll write a couple things here. So my little bullet points here. A cannot be equal to 0. Okay, anytime you see in a math book, or if if it tells you, something cannot be 0, usually you want to ask yourself, the smart question is, well, why can't it be 0? Well, what if it is 0? And so if it is 0, right? Well, if this is A, right, pretend that's, if we evaluate, right, if A is 0, and I substitute 0 for A, I get 0 times x, which is 0. And so all this is gone, and I'm just left with b equals 0. And then I no longer have a linear equation because my variable is gone. So that's why A cannot be 0. So this is, again, just a kind of a quick introduction of what a linear equation is, again, in one variable, because we have one variable. This means it's linear. And so I'll stop here and I'll do a couple of examples in the next video.